Soon as you see that pirate ship in the north end zone, you know exactly where we are. It's the home of the Buccaneers, Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. Up next, we'll keep it within the NFC for this game between the Seattle Seahawks and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Well, this weather is not cooperating as we're set to go. And we're off and running from Raymond James. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And they take it across the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks take a 6-0 lead right away. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Point after, up and good by Fairbairn. And the Seahawks will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Johnson now on the return.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Okay, break.
Bucs to the line. 1st and 10.
Ready, go.
On the ground, this is Trey Benson. And he needed his 6 yards to begin this one. They've got 2nd and 4.
That is just a great drive start. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3.
Go.
Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he's going to be just 1 step away from that 1st down. They haul him down to the 31.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Here we go. County Lions.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Can't convert on 3rd. That's to the ground and incomplete. So no initial clapback, at least not immediately. Gonna have to play from the deficit for at least a little while as that opening drive stalls out.
And your hope here offensively is that deficit remains unchanged when you get the ball back the next time, because you do not want to be looking 2 scores down to start this one out.
Down a score and taking a big risk on their own side here. They're lining up to try for this. Sanders going to throw on 4. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's out of bounds, but what a great play there, Brock. He's got him in the field goal range. One of their biggest plays of the game so far, and it comes on a 4th down gamble.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, Drew, I love that.
Flushed out of the pocket. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. That's the rookie out of Florida. And the Seahawks are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his 1st career interception. Seahawks just about set. Here's 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. Hits some space around midfield. Through the middle. Hits the 20. All the way. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks pull out in front further. 13-zip. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown.
Feed the beast. Second time now we've called a touchdown for him, and now he's over 100 yards. No need to go anywhere else with the football, but put it in that guy's hands.
Bear connects on the extra point. And the Seahawks drive out to an early 14-0 lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And no return here. This is a touchback, and the ball's going to come out to the 20. Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready.
Back to work after throwing the pick. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Tried getting it to Emeka Egbuka. And it sets up 2nd down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
65 catch, 65. Buffalo 18.
Throwing again here, Sanders. He's got Emeka Egbuka. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. It's like you always say, right back to work for him. Getting the drive moving like that turnover never happened.
And they weren't going to shy away from letting him do his thing throwing the football. Mistakes happen in this league and in this game. And you never want to punish a quarterback for making a mistake. You want to see him continue to produce.
So we have to pause here. Team officials saw what we did. We've got a Seahawk that is injured out there. They're going to tend to him now. So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Let's go.
Operating from the gun. Here's Sanders. Has him on the quick hitter. He's close, but he is stopped before he can get to that 1st down. Picks up 4.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
The Seahawks opting for a 5th DB nickel set for this 3rd down play. Out of the gun, here's Sanders. It's complete. This is Egbuka. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Bucs have the 1st.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
That's caught by Chris Olave. And he nearly gets him another 1st down as they force him out just shy of the marker.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have 4th down coming up. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. So they're 1st to 3. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Imagine the weather's playing a role here. Instead of trying a field goal, they're going to go for this.
18, Pioneer. 70 Lions. Hey, smash. Max it, Crackle 80. Ready.
They'll go. It's Sanders. That's cut beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Let go.
It's Benson on the give. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender, heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
SOS. You hear me talk about it between the 20s a lot. Stay on schedule. But it comes into play first and goal situations too, because a run like that now, well, it leaves a whole playbook wide open for you.
Go.
And he's going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Chris Olave with the touchdown. Extra point up and good for Bass. And the Buccaneers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Buccaneers 7.
The Bucs get lined up and they will kick this away. Returnable from the 2. A big hit there. He's not even going to make it back to the 20.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Ready.
Seattle getting everybody set. They've got first and 10.
Come on. Come on. Set. Go.
Go play action here. It's Milrow. Bails out of the pocket quick. He can run it. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's second down.
Well, QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Off the play fake, Milrow. It's a complete to Kenneth Walker. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30. It's a gain of 4 there. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
There are times a quarterback's got to be blacksmiths. When you're in the pocket, there's just a certain timing and precision. When you get outside that pocket, you got to be an artist. You got to be creative, and this guy is.
They'll run. First give to Zach Charbonnet. And he has this down to the 34. And that is the end of our first quarter. The Seahawks with an early lead. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break.
On the set.
About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. They're looking at yet another first and 10 on this drive. From the gun, Milrow. Short pass brought in. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. They gain 11 on that play. And that gives the Seahawks the first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. So the offense trying to flex a little creativity on that first down, and the defense, well, they flex right back. No gain. Second down coming up.
Second and 10 at the Bucs' 23-yard line.
Ready. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Ready.
Milrow from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Third down and 2 here. The offense coming to the line for its 7th play of this drive. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Completed to his running back. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a first and goal.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey. Ready, right?
Running left. Here's Walker. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. Keep it safe, push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Let's go now. go.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Headed out right. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. And as that one falls incomplete, Brock, the pressure ticks up just a bit because this has been too good a drive to not pay it off in the end zone.
Yeah, Kate, it's time to find your best matchup.
Yeah.
Unless you're already committed to going for it on fourth, you've got one more shot. Players, not plays. Get it to your best player.
And he's forward for a gain of about 6. Still short of that marker. They could definitely go for this on fourth down. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. So here's Kaimi Fairbairn, ready for the field goal try. It's a chip shot, this one straight ahead. Up and good from Fairbairn. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Ooh, he gets popped at the end of that one. What a painful end to what was a really solid run back.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Finds a man right side. And this goes across midfield and into Seahawks territory.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
It's a big strike downfield to Aguka. It's a gain of 22. And that will be a Tampa Bay first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Running from the pistol with Benson. And he manages to find a little traction on that search field as he fights forward for a couple. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
19 Lions. Here we go. Set. 18. Ready.
Working out of the gun. Sanders. He's got it at the 5. He will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with first and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
You know, Kate, years ago, my old high school receiver and I got together for a football camp. I could still close my eyes and throw him that slant. We've done it millions of times. You get a cue.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Buccaneers face a 4-point deficit. The fact that they pulled that out on a first and goal, Brock, didn't wait for a later down. Gotta imagine that played a part in its success, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. It sure did. And I would have loved to see those eyes in the huddle, right? And you call QB sneak and you look at those guys in the huddle, and the big guys in particular. Many times they will tell you with their body language, we're ready to go. And that group certainly was.
Fields this one at the 3. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to Stocks. First and 10. Shotgun now for Milrow. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. He picks up 15 on the play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Well, it has been an exciting one so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up. They've got first down here from the 36. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Pressure's there, and the Bucs got him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
A loss of 8 yards. It's second down.
Milrow now to throw. And there's a man intercepted. And the Buccaneers are finally stopped on the return, but they'll still take over on the edge of the red zone.
That is just a big-time individual effort, Kate, defensively. First, he takes the ball away, and then he's looking for points, right? He turns from defense to offense, and one more move, and he might have broken it to the house.
He's got a man left, and he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook is wide open.
Now Sanders. Throws caught. And he's out of bounds at the 6-yard line. First and goal coming up.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
At the 6-yard line.
They'll run here. It's Benson. He's tackled there, so a nice start to a new set of downs, but let's see if they keep it. Let's examine this flag. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard.
Got it. Ready?
Wrong time to get caught for holding. Backed him up as they'll retry this first and goal.
Ready?
To throw now is Sanders. Here's a screen to Benson. And he's going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers get some late points and the lead. Trey Benson, the touchdown. Pass gets the extra point to go. And the Buccaneers take a 4-point lead.
Seahawks 17.
The Bucs get lined up and they will kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. This makes it up to the 25.
Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. He finds Tigger for the grab. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. Milrow with it on first. Escapes the pocket. This is brought in. Big gain for Smith-Njigba. And he is stopped with authority there, but that stop came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that first down.
Let's go now. 19 tight. 19. Check. Go.
Milrow looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. Bringing the offense up to the line. First and 10.
A gain of 18 on the play.
From the red zone on first.
First down.
Okonkwo brings it in. And they shove him out. Looks like they got about 6 before they did so. It's second down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options, well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Bucks to the line. First and 10. And off to Benson to start the drive. Fights his way through a tackle. It's a great extra effort to keep that run going for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring out 2nd and 1.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down. Benson once more. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, 1st down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, okay? They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
And they're on him right as he gets back to the line. Great recovery after they got gashed on that last play. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Out of the gun, here's Sanders. Hits him on the out route. And this play's nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. He gets a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
The give now to Benson. Solid Wade hit it quick. Call that a gain of 7. Nicely done.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
It's made by Bucky Irving. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there.
And that is a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers grow the lead coming out of halftime. Pass on for the extra point. Got a good play in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Buccaneers grow their lead to 8. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone. So the football will come back out to the 20. Seahawks just about set. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Milrow. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So that brings up 2nd down. We'll try again from the 20 after the incompletion. 2nd and 10. Milrow to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but, man, the defense took that away, too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Throw is caught by the back. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down the completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Okay, ready?
The only move this offense is making is toward the line, Brock. They're going for it, 4th and 3.
Cowboy 80. 50 Bobcats, 50 Bobcats.
Back to throw it. This one's caught. Smith has it. Racing down the left side. Devontae Smith. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks start the 2nd half with some needed points. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Benjamin Morrison comes up with it. Well, he looks maybe a little unsure of the call, Brock, and that 2-point try unraveled out there.
Or maybe they were just surprised by the look this defense came out in. Either way, unfortunately, not a whole lot you can do once that ball snapped. Got to find some way to make that call work.
Johnson with a return here. A little burst so far. and he manages the 35 before they can stop him.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. They'll begin this drive with Benson. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Trap 60, trap.
Operating from the gun, here's Sanders. Completed to his running back. And he's going to be blocked down at the 42.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now trying to run for it with Benson. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. This one goes for 3 yards. And the Bucs have the 1st.
Ready, set.
Good for a 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Staying on the ground with Benson. He did well to shake off one tackle partner, but the next one got him. He's going to lose yards. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Come on, come on. 70 Rangers. Panther and left.
Back to throw. Here's Sanders. On the move, hit it right. Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks have it as he reports his 7th interception of the season. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a Walker run. Now even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Bill Rowe from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Buys time, rolling right. Past the line, he's going to run for it. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Off the play fake. Milrow. That's dropped underneath. Walker. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And that gives the Seahawks the 1st. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's the Seahawks with possession, needing to erase that deficit in a hurry.
On the jump.
They've got 1st down here from the 36.
Red. 19 Charger, 19 Charger.
Shotgun now for Milrow. Flushed out of the pocket. And he just tucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Down. Panther 6, flat. Let go.
This is Walker on 2nd. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so block that means 3rd down coming up.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Milrow throwing on 3rd down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. There it is, touchdown Seattle! The Seahawks take a 4th quarter lead. Kenneth Walker the touchdown. His 3rd total score in this game. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
All right, they're going to throw for it. Forced out to his right. And he's going to get in. The try is good. Their lead stretches to 6. Notice the first time they tried it, but this time, Brock, the two-point conversion is successful.
Just felt like they were waiting for the right opportunity to try it once again. Not only to make up for the first attempt, but establish a little confidence from this spot. And who knows, maybe we'll have a two-pointer that plays a bigger role when this thing's all said and done.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. First and 10.
Ready? Nice. Press all 80.
Back to work after throwing the pick. Throw left side, complete. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that will be a Tampa Bay first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First and 10 now from the 46.
Get it. Cowboy 80. 18. Fox Warriors 70. Ready.
Working out of the gun, Sanders. Short pass brought in. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Brings up second and 2 at the 46-yard line.
Broncos.
Second and manageable. He's throwing. It's complete to Tez Johnson. And no touchdown here. Just needed a few more, but this one goes out at the 3. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
I love everything about that play, Kate, so much for a quarterback. When you're throwing that crossing route, it's imperative that you lead that receiver. You don't throw where he's at, you throw where he's going. And when you do,
put the body on the line for his team. And he's going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers come through to tie it in the 4th. And he comes through on the kick to give him the lead here in the 4th quarter.
That's the score. Buccaneers 35, Seahawks 34.
The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Seattle getting everybody set. They've got first and 10.
Here we go. Set. Pat the 60. Pat the 60.
Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And he's brought down as the drive starts out with a 4-yard gain. They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's second and 6. They go play action here. It's Milrow. Vacates quickly left side. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
you know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
Walker on first down. Nothing doing on the outside there. No gain on the run. That's going to bring up second down.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
19, Tigers, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
To throw, here's Milrow. In the hands of his running back, Walker. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Rhythm, You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Walker running to the right. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got first and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Ready.
Running with Walker again. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line. Defense all over this one. We've got whistles and a timeout call by the defense. 2:07 left to play. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Ready. Hot 70, hot 70. Hot.
To the air, Milrow. Completed left side to Smith. And he's brought down after a short gain. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Seahawks trail by just 1.
Ready up.
Quite the drive they're putting together here, partner. This is the 9th play of inch as they get set for 3rd and 6.
Hiking, hey.
Looking to throw. Cut out left. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Seahawks.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Get it. Cougar 19. Hey, hey, check that, check that.
Handoff running left, Walker. He's dropped a big stop in a big moment there, Brock. They could not afford to lose yards there. Just couldn't get outside quick enough to take that D-line out of the picture. And one of those guys impressively got on the edge and caught him.
You know what's scary in this game today, Kate? When you watch the combine and you watch these 280-pound DNs that run like 4.6. Yeah. I am really thankful I don't play quarterback in today's game.
Here he is to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Buccaneers make the play that should win them this game.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st and 3.
On the go.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Dragon 60, 79 Broncos. Go.
They're going to pass it here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Bronk. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Back to throw. That's incomplete left side. Trying to find his tight end. So that brings up 4th and long. Buccaneers out and into punt formation. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Ready.
Here's first and 10 from the 47.
Ready.
He'll look to throw it. Finds him over the middle. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. And the whistles go off, so we got a timeout. 9 seconds left in the game.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
The motion a receiver left. Give here to the motion man. He's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. So now it's all up to Kaimi Fairbairn. So they're going to go ahead and call a timeout here. Only 3 seconds left in the game.
Seahawks, first down.
Now it all comes down to the veteran, confidently marching out for this moment. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. That one is good! And they've taken back the lead. So the Seahawks take this one on the road. Brock, I know you know this firsthand. All the way across the country. Feels like you're playing in the morning. You played in a lot of these. That is not an easy thing to do what they just did.
And you know what, Kate? You look back, even like the Niners of the 80s, those really good teams, they struggled with these 10 a.m. kickoffs on their body clock. You know who changed it? Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll and the Legion of Boom said enough's enough. If you're good enough and we build up enough talent, we can also end this mystique or this problem of that early kick.
So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks winners. As with that, we sign off from Tampa.